So you want to get better grades? Well, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll be going through the revision resources that I use to help me start to improve my grades. I'll only be talking about the core subjects today, but if you've got any questions on other subjects, then leave them in the comment section down below. Let's dive right in. The first thing that I started to use when I was sort of starting to want to get better grades was YouTube. YouTube literally has everything. I use YouTube because I sort of thought I needed someone to help me out, someone to talk me through the topics that I didn't really understand in class. For science, I use free science lessons. Free science lessons, as the name suggests, has everything to do with science. He explained each topic quite clearly and just sort of told you what you needed to know for the exam. And at the end of the day, that's all you need. He clarified each topic and sort of helped me with the topics that I struggled with. And for maths, I used 3-minute maths. He explains the topics quite clearly, but for any maths topic that you struggle with, search up the topic on YouTube and you'll find an answer to your problems. For English, I needed a lot of help. I was really bad in English in my opinion. I just couldn't find the right way to do stuff. The YouTubers that I used were Mr. Bruff, Mr. Salz and Mr. Everything English. All these channels helped me to understand what English is actually about. I used Mr. Bruff for the language papers, like language paper 1 and paper 2, and helped me to understand how to answer each question. Mr. Salz and Mr. Everything English, I used them for literature. They sort of taught me how to answer each question properly and what to include in each paragraph. And I recommend whatever novel, book, novella, whatever you're going to study, I recommend using one of their playlists. Mr. Everything English does the same thing, but I really liked his quote analysis. It sort of told me what English was about, and that is include as many interpretations from a quote that you can get. Like when English teachers say expand the quote or get as much things out of the quote as you can, they really mean get everything from it. English literature is all about getting different interpretations from a quote and what different readers might think of that. Mr. Bruff and Mr. Salz were also extremely useful because they've got videos on grade 9 examples and how to get grade 9, or in general how to get better grades. And talking about English, another website that you can use is SparkNotes. The key thing about SparkNotes is that there's a summary and analysis of each book that you're going to study, or play that you're going to study, or novel that you're going to study. English literature especially is all about understanding the poem, the play, the novel as well as you can. And I'm talking about the key moments, what happened and when it happened. SparkNotes has a good quote bank sorted by characters, chapters, scenes, all that stuff. So if you want to do a revision on a specific character and their quotes, you can easily find it on SparkNotes. They've got a whole bunch of other stuff which I found extremely useful. They've got the different literary devices that the play book uses, and the Q&A which sort of open up the ideas about the play. And you can use those ideas for your exam question that you might get. And remember, English literature is all about different interpretations. Just do that and you will get more marks. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. If you have and you found this useful so far, then leave a like down below and press subscribe. Now for the next resource, and that is Physics and Maths Tutor. They have literally everything that you need ever. I'm doing my A-levels right now, and that's mainly the website that I use the most. And for science, they've got detailed notes that are based on the specification. And the specification is the stuff that you need to know for the exam. It's literally what the exam board have said that could be on the exam. So those detailed notes are perfect to use for your revision or making your own resources like mind maps or flashcards. They've also got flashcards on there if you haven't made your own flashcards, and then you can test how well you know the content. And then to round it off, they've got past papers and practice questions, and practice makes perfect. Like everyone's always said, I think just doing practice questions and having a go and learning from your mistakes can easily bump you up a few grades. And as an A-star student, that's probably the most important tip I'd ever give to someone. Because you practice, you get stuff wrong, you learn from those, hopefully, and then you get better grades. Now one thing that I forgot to mention whilst I was planning for this video and thinking about the resources that I used, was for maths, and I used the MathsGenie. They've got questions on each topic for all exam boards, GCSE and A-level, and they've got a collection of past papers on their website as well. Practice is the best way to get better at maths and to get good grades at maths, because maths, it's basically all the same stuff. A principle, and then you use the principle to answer a question. And what better way to try and test how well you know the principles than practice? Those were all the resources that I used to help me get better grades when I was in GCSE, and I'm currently using these resources when I'm in A-levels as well. But if you want to boost your grades quicker, then watch this video right here. If you enjoyed, leave a like down below, press subscribe, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.